really question the judges, the trustees, the guardians, and some lawyers in this county court. I believe they have developed a systematic playbook to be used in generating and perpetuating an immensely lucrative business. These industry insiders have easy and total access to our lives and assets of unsuspecting individuals who potentially need help managing their affairs because of something called their incapacity to function on their own. Again, I'm turning to you guys. We need help.
My name is Judge David Murkowski. I have the pleasure and responsibility of serving as the Chief Judge of the Kent County Probate Court. Welcome to Justice Bernstein, Justice Kavanaugh, Attorney General Nessel. Thank you for taking the time to address this very serious issue. In Kent County, we try to do some things right, and we have attempted to implement what I call best practices, and we've talked to them at Judges Association meeting. Make it easy for the courts to get criminal records of people applying to be fiduciaries. Make it easier for courts to get central registry records. Legislate for guardian ad litems to be able to secure banking records and medical records without the courts writing 2 or 3 orders at a time, because they are mandated to gather that information under the statute. Perhaps designate prosecutors to develop a specialty to handle elder abuse cases. I believe Attorney General Nessel was a prosecutor, and perhaps if we could develop an expertise with prosecutors and police regarding geriatric issues. And then, there's out-of-the-box thoughts, big items that maybe we've never thought about. State funding for guardian ad litems, or shortage of guardians, and whether we develop somehow guardians that are paid for by the state or by another, some type of funding source. So those are my simple, straightforward suggestions from one judge who serves in that capacity.
On September 13th, Officer Thyme was able to use the county jail system to place false felony charges onto myself, Jody White, who was running as a state rep candidate for the city of Westland. At the time, she was in and out of the probate court for many months, trying to find an attorney and trying to figure out why her daughter was not able to get her college funds. What does that hand signal mean?
I'm in shock. I met a lot of these people. I ran for state rep, and I lost to Kevin Coleman from District 16, and he is the Democratic whip. So I, as a 32% loser, but winner, that was my campaign. I didn't know this book existed. It was written in 2018. My family got pretty much your stories are my story. 2012, when I became a state rep, a man in a brown outfit with a badge and a gun did not like me in the courtroom and ended up running up from behind and tackling me, and now I have felony charges on me, and my jury trial is next Monday. I'm asking these people to just come. I'm not afraid. There's videotape to show the attack.
And the bruises.
Well, the bruises I posted on Facebook. I have a bond restriction now, which is why I believe I got arrested, because they wanted me to take my bruises off of Facebook. All I wanted was an apology from the sheriff. I understand this is a very hot topic for everybody. We are trying. I mean, I'm not a state rep, but I wanted to be. Okay, so I know people are trying. We are one of the people that are being investigated with. We're very thankful for the people that are helping us. My husband is doing it, but this book didn't come out soon enough. Every element is what happened to our family. We're out $1.8 million. We own the old winery building up on Grand River and Orchard Lake. It's an old haunted house, and we're in a horror story. It is an income-producing property. Where's my $1.8 million? I've been a realtor for 35 years. It is about the income approach. John White had a trust to keep the winery going. Our building's in foreclosure. That's what got me involved. The lawyer, by the way, he's a public administrator appointed by Cox from Livonia. I'm not gonna make any accusations. All I do know is that I went to Michael Moody, he's the director of the state public administrators, in January of last year, after my daughter wanted her $8,000 from Grandpa White. $29,000 later, I have to hire all these criminal attorneys because I wouldn't take a plea bargain, and so that cost me money. And then they wanted me to. It's really weird to be in the system when you're fighting for the people. So anybody can come. It's Judge Bowman, Oakland County. It is very, very, very systemic there. We do have reporters that are helping. WXYZ reported it back in 2017.
Story several lawyers did not want you to see.
The 7 investigators looking into allegations of problems in the probate guardianship system.
An investigative journalist reported it in 2018.
Given my duty to get all sides of the story, and given your charge to look after the wards of this county, I would like to sort of offer you the opportunity to reach out to me for discussions on or off the record.
I went to jail, Jody White, mugshot like this, because I thought they were going to use it for my campaign. It was the worst 3 hours of my life.
The 2-minute walk through the halls of the Oakland County Jail ended with myself being strip searched by several sheriffs, and they touched body parts I did not know that they would be touching. They did end up making me take off my street clothes and ended up putting me into jail wear. I was in a purple jumpsuit with orange flip-flops, as my clothes were put into a black bag. Sheriff Deputy Moore, who told me in the ladies' restroom that she would help me create an incident report for the way Judge O'Brien treats us in the probate court, ended up with Deputy Moore giving me a new outfit, a meal, and a place to stay for a few hours.
It's still a little weird that all happened to me. This book is The Perfect Crime. It is a cottage industry that's happening. We know 4 of the probate judges and 5 of the public administrators. We're seeing it. We're court watchers. We're hoping that the program does continue on. And I'll do it for free, whoever the guardians are. I'm a real estate agent, did it for 35 years. I work for free unless I successfully close something and I make the whole family happy, and then I get referrals. In this, we need referrals with attorneys. There's pro bono out there, give them the job. Every one of them will end up with a ton of business from these families. So again, I appreciate anybody trying to help these folks. And as a state rep kind of wannabe, I am so sorry this has happened to any of you. We've been in since 2012, and we have been begging for help from Michael Moody since 2018 in January. And my daughter's letter right here names the culprits: Prince Law Firm, John Young, Thomas Brendan Fraser, Elizabeth Lukenbach, and Joseph Ehrlich. Yep. These guys are our bad guys, our villains, and I just want to help if I can. So please give these guys some patience. They do need time to do it, but I've been waiting since January of last year, and I did speak as a realtor for Randy, and I was there when you couldn't find your mom for 3 days, and there's other people in here that I know.
4 days.
Debbie, I met you when I ran for city clerk, and she was my first help person as a city clerk. So it is systemically horrible out there, but there's a lot of people that do want to make a difference. At least a year since WXYZ exposed it.
Judge issued this court order saying we cannot show any images of the Cap's parents. Today, I was in court as we fought for our First Amendment rights.
No one can believe this is happening.
Mila Campista and several other local families asked the 7 investigators to make their stories public. Those who asked us to investigate say they've lost control of their loved ones to court-appointed guardians. Many of these cases end up in probate court because of family disputes.
Injunction against Channel 7, and they are restrained, as Mr. Stewart put it. it is in fact a prior restraint, you gotta admit.
WXYZ's attorney Jim Stewart argued that Judge O'Brien's initial restraining order was unconstitutional.
A court cannot order somebody not to publish something. It's called a prior restraint of speech, and it's been held to be presumptively unconstitutional.
Legal experts say prior restraint is typically only used in cases where there is a threat to national security. Clearly, there is no such threat in this story, and this is now about much more than just pictures.
You can't have the government, and that's what a judge is, an agent of the government, telling somebody what they can and can't say when they're covering a newsworthy event.
Because we cannot allow Judge O'Brien's order to set a precedent for other government officials limiting our news coverage as protected by the First Amendment, we are appealing his order.
My name is Gretchen Hammond. I'm an investigative journalist. I authored the national article on the Brun Wahab case for Tablet magazine. After the publication of that article, I was approached by numerous families who are residents of Oakland County, and they provided me with stories, all of which, like the Wahab case, were corroborated by court documentation.
In federal law, it's in October 15, 2017, because that's when I said, holy moly, the help is on its way, but not soon enough for us. $1.8 million and grandpa is dead. And the kids are getting one hell of an education with mama going to jail next Monday, and I'm hoping Mr. Teeter and the Attorney General will be there. I am afraid of Judge O'Brien. I'm afraid of him. You know, I told him don't threaten me, and his sheriffs attacked me. So it's all on videotape, and we're still gonna hopefully see them next Monday.
The probate nightmare started in 2012 with Adult Protective Services. They did a 2-year investigation on an elder and one of his 5 sons. The probate court ordered a special fiduciary, Mr. Frazier, and a designated legal agency, Prince Law Firm. These attorneys failed our families. The building is now in tax foreclosure, as it took 2 years to get college funds. A probate judge hates his family and hates Jody White for engaging as an in-law with 35 years of real estate law and order experience. June 6, 2018, the special fiduciary tried to take this asset from the family because of one of the sons. Now they would rather pick on the sister-in-law by attacking from behind and hauling her into a detention room, then jail, so that they could have a warrant out for restrictions to stop speaking at the county commissioner's meeting. Wow, this is a different nation.
If you leave here today with one thought or one thing that you can leave with, I want you to leave with this. I want you to leave with that the judges of this state are committed and dedicated to address elder abuse issues. And second, we want to be, and we will be, a resource and part of the solution.
No Michigander, especially those that live in Wayne County and must be heard in Oakland County jurisdiction when their family owns property in Oakland County, should be treated this way, where you're handed a blanket, a towel, and cold food to be given a room in cell pod number 19 because the judges will not listen to the family members and instead will choose to call them names. The courtroom of Judge O'Brien is very, very disorderly. The probate attorneys that are able to utilize this courtroom on a daily basis have the advantage, as Judge O'Brien chooses to listen to the nefarious and egregious attorneys and family members instead of actually looking at the facts. Family members are demanding their DVDs from their courtroom proceedings that happen within the Oakland County jurisdiction. Thank you.